Alright, so I'm 28 years old, approaching 30, and if I was in my 20s or my 30s and I was looking to get in shape, these are the most important things that you need to think about as a man in your 20s and 30s. So the first thing is going to be your mind. Your mindset controls all of the actions that you take on a daily basis. If you believe that there's no point for you to do this because you are genetically in a position where you're not going to build muscle, you're not going to burn fat, and even if you do, you're not going to look that great, then why would you even bother to get in shape? The other thing is going to be, like, if you have the mind of a fat person, then you're only going to take the actions of a fat person. You're not going to think, okay, well, what would someone who has the body that I have, what would he think? That's the way that I want you to start thinking about the way that you should live your life, the way that you should go about every single decision that you make on a daily basis. Would the fit version of me make this decision right now? How would the fit version of me shop? What would be their daily habits? What would that version of me do? And if you don't know, there's ChatGPT. Okay, there's different AI out there that you can ask to say, okay, if I was this person, what would be the decisions that this person would make every single day? Write those down, and every single day make sure that you do them. How do we change our beliefs? How do we change our belief system? What do we do to alter the way that our mind works? Because if your mind is working against you 12 to 16 hours of your day, how do you expect to get in shape? It's impossible, right? Because you're going to be burnt out all the time. It's going to be tiring. You're never going to see any type of result. So what do? You have to change your belief system. Well, how do you do that? Literally every single morning, every single evening, rewire the way that your brain works. How do you do that? Well, journal. Literally write down your goals. Write down that you already have it. I have a six-pack with huge delts, with a big chest. Literally describe exactly what you have and do that every single day. Rewire your mind to believe that you already have it and feel it. When you say these things to your mind, to yourself, you have to feel it like you have it now. What would you feel if you had those emotions? Like, what would you feel if you had the body now? How different would you move? How would your posture feel? Already act it out now as if you have it. If you can imagine it in your mind, it's only a matter of time before you can achieve it in reality. Your mind is so powerful to the point where if you believe that you have something, but in reality you can't see it yet, then your mind will do everything in its power to make sure that one thing matches with another thing. You can't believe one thing and not experience it. So if you can trick your mind to already be experienced having the thing, then it's just going to be a matter of time before you achieve it. The other thing is, right, like, if we have a mindset that is on our side, if we have the belief system, if we truly believe it, what do we do now? Well, you need the right tools. You need to have a plan. You need to have something that you can always revert back to. Okay, you need to have a system in place. This is going to be, your workout routine. This is going to be your diet plan. This is going to be what you eat and what you don't eat, right? You need to have non-negotiables that you do and what you don't do. I think a lot of people have the tools. They have the plan. Some people don't. They kind of just go to the gym, they show up, they do random workouts, they do a random warm-up, and then they expect incredible results. But some of you guys, you actually have a plan. It might not be perfect, but you have somewhat of a plan that you can follow. Okay, well, let's say you have a plan, you've also got the mindset. Well, the last thing that you need is to have the hormones, to have the energy in place. Because if you have the mindset, you have a plan, but you don't have energy to, motivate you to get yourself out of the situation that you're in, then you're never going to want to. And that's why it's so important to optimize your hormones, to optimize that drive, that energy, that that feeling of, yeah, I do want this. Yeah, I do want to grow. I want to better myself, right? And I think for the longest time, like, I felt terrible. I was eating cereal. I had a strong look at what I was doing on a daily basis. And every single, like, task that I was doing, the habits that I had, were not someone of having the physique that I wanted. So then I had to decide, like, am I going to continue down this path of mediocrity in terms of my habits, my lifestyle, what I do, what I don't do? Or am I going to really dial in everything and get myself to the point where my habits are in check? I'm walking every day, I'm getting movement, I'm getting sunlight, I'm exercising, I have a plan, I'm looking into optimizing my testosterone, I'm eating right, I'm eating high fat, I'm eating protein, I'm, hitting my goals every single day. That was a decision I had to make. You guys don't realize just how bad the system is right now. They're really setting people up for failure. There's fast food absolutely everywhere, on every single corner. The lines are huge because they've got you all addicted. If you can lock in what you put in your mouth, then you can really overcome a lot in this life. If you have high energy, if you have your hormones in check, you feel more motivated. I had it with myself. There are a couple of supplements I am going to recommend you guys in this video. I want you guys to already get some actionable advice right now. Take organic black marker root powder every single day for 30 days. You're going to notice a huge increase in your testosterone, but also your energy levels. You're going to feel a lot more vigor, a lot more driven to get after your goals. The other thing that has really changed my testosterone levels is drinking lemon balm tea. Lemon balm tea lowers your cortisol, and it's very simple. Most people, I would recommend them to do some type of meditation, right? But the problem with meditation is that it's time consuming, but you need to figure out the best way for you to lower your cortisol. Lowering cortisol really correlates into having a higher level of testosterone. So lemon balm tea is just a quick, easy, simple fix to lower your cortisol if you can't meditate. And finally, the most important thing that you need to do is have a high-fat, animal-based diet. Make sure that you're having foods that come from animal protein. We're talking eggs, fish, meat, that kind of stuff. Make sure that you do that so that your body gets exactly all of the nutrients, all of the minerals it needs to be able to produce testosterone. The other thing, keep your balls cool, all right? Keep your balls cool. All right, boys, I'm gonna wrap up this video. I have a helicopter flying over me, so I will see you in the next video. I hope that you're gonna take action on this video. I hope that you're going to either book a call with me and get trained by me, or you're going to lock it in yourself. Go, get big, and I will see you boys in the next video.